tell you what blows my mind. Glitches in the Matrix. Moments that feel completely real but don't fit. Time slips, loops, or reality just not behaving how it should. One of the most famous examples comes from Bold Street, right in the centre of Liverpool. And just to be clear, this isn't a ghost story. The most well-known case involves a man only known as Frank. This story was recorded by paranormal researcher Tom Slemen, who wrote the Haunted Liverpool books. He said it's one of the cases that people ask him about the most. So back in July 1996, Frank was in the city centre with his wife. She went into Dylan's bookshop, which later became Waterstones, and Frank crossed the road to go to a shop called R Price to look for a CD. When he went back to meet his wife, he couldn't believe his eyes, because the bookshop had changed. It was now a department store called Cripps. Bold Street itself looked like it had slipped straight back into the 1950s, with people in old-fashioned clothes and vintage cars rolling by. Then a boxcar with the Kaplan's logo nearly knocked Frank off his feet. As he tried to make sense of it all, he noticed another person from the 1990s, a young woman named Emma. She wore a lime green top, black hipsters, and carried a Miss Selfridge's bag. The two of them peered into the Cripps window, checking out handbags and women's shoes, both clearly puzzled by what they were seeing. Then, just as suddenly as it began, 1996 snapped back into place. Cripps was gone, and Dylan's bookshop was back. Frank turned to Emma and asked if she'd seen the same thing. She just nodded, confused. "I thought it was a new shop," she said. "I was going to look at the clothes. And now it's a bookshop again." They just stood there, staring, trying to make sense of their brief trip back in time. This next story I found online. So when Alex was about 1 year old, he was in a supermarket with his parents, and an old man approached him, like old people often do with babies, and he insisted that Alex take a coin. His parents said that there was something oddly calm and familiar about the man, comforting even. That coin stayed with Alex his entire life. Fast forward almost 22 years, Alex still had the coin and decided to keep it safe. So he bought a lockbox. The coin went inside a small plastic case made for collectible coins. No one else had access to the safe. No one else even knew the safe existed. About a month later, Alex opened the safe. The case was there, but the coin was gone. He searched everywhere. The room, the house, the safe, nothing. The coin had completely vanished. It stayed missing for nearly 2 years, and Alex was genuinely devastated. Now here's where it gets strange. Years later, Alex, back at his parents' house, the one he grew up in, but hadn't been back there for years, he was up in the loft, sorting through old boxes, when suddenly something fell and hit him on the shoulder. It was the coin. It had landed right at his feet. There was no ledge near the ceiling or anywhere it could have fallen from. He'd never moved the coin from the safe, and he'd never been so confused in his life. And yet, it just materialised from thin air. After disappearing from a locked safe, after being gone for 2 years, and appearing in a place it should never have been. Reality isn't always as solid as we think. Glitches like this, strange coincidences, lost objects returning, it all makes you question what's really going on around us. Have you experienced any glitches in the Matrix? If you have, please leave your stories in the comments below, and please subscribe to my channel.